I think I'm going to do this. I think I'm going to go live. I think so. I have the power to unmute Tom. Here we go.
Greetings!
Greetings!
Salutations! We are the Gamers Crusaders.
Wow, are you getting you're getting way ready.
Who, me?
Yeah, you're getting way ready for some changes. Hey!
Okay.
We out here. What's going on, Gamer Fuji? What is
hello,
happening?
everyone.
I feel like I haven't been on the show in forever, but it's really only been 2 weeks.
You weren't you on last week?
We didn't do last week.
Oh shit, you're right. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I feel like I haven't been on for 2 weeks. I'm like, what the hell?
Tom misses 1 week.
Yeah.
Forever.
Because I was thinking about that too. I was like, okay, I remember what what the episode was, and I'm like, what? Like I was like, so that was last week, and I was like, okay, cool, and I haven't been on.
Yeah.
The orb powers are back, y'all.
I'm so thankful that the orb is here because it means that we can have a good show. So
yeah,
there we go. We have that. At least there's that.
You know, at the end of the day, at least there's that. How's it going, everyone in the chat? How's your weekend been? How was your weekend? How's your Monday been going? A lot of work, but other than that, enjoying Moon Knight on Disney Plus. I have still yet to watch that. I think I'm gonna catch up on What If first, and then do Hawkeye.
I will say this. It is my favorite Disney Plus MCU show.
Good.
Thus far.
What was it before?
It was. I don't mean to be the negative Nancy, but none of them were really like, oh yeah, this is really like, I really dug this. The WandaVision was pretty cool.
I liked Loki more.
Yeah, Loki was pretty cool. Loki was cool. I liked that. Yeah.
I liked Loki more. I would say my listings would be like Loki, then WandaVision overall. I think the premise of WandaVision was weaker to me than Captain America.
Yeah.
Or Falcon, but then Falcon, and then.
When you watch Moon Knight, you're gonna go, oh, I know why Josh likes this.
Okay.
There's a stylistic thing that it does that you're gonna be like, oh, he has talked about this.
I feel like I feel like the story, Oscar Isaac, Ethan Hawke, the character I'm going to like, but I do see what a lot of people are kind of clamoring about with the CGI. It does look very TV budget, but I've liked the CW shows, so I mean, like,
so your bar's pretty low. Is that what you're saying?
is very low for me. So.
I actually, what's funny, what I get to see, because I work at the CW, I get to see pre-CG shots and like what they do, like a PNG arrow for Arrow. It's too funny. It's too funny to see it. It's too good. Anyway, you were saying, and I cut you off.
No, I'm just reading the chat. I'm mad because I couldn't wait to order groceries anymore, and then the next day the really good strawberries came back in stock. I have to wait until next month, but because I already used up my grocery budget, I feel that. I feel that. That's happening. So in most places they have like rewards for like groceries if you shop at certain groceries, and mine are for like gas rewards. And that happens to me where like at the end of the month, if you don't use all the points, you lose them. Yeah. And so if you time your grocery going properly, then you'll like take out 20 cents per gallon, which is a lot of money.
Yeah, right now.
It's a lot of money for gas. And I've done it where it's like, ooh, if I just spent like $20 more, I could got that, $20 off the gas. And I'm just like, it just didn't fit out the right time. So yeah, I feel that timing thing is very key. Very, very key. Spider-Man One More Day, Ethan. I picked that up. I had to go buy new boots today because my job told me I needed new ones that go above my ankles. Goodbye, comfortable boots. I have boots that go over the ankles. Those are comfortable. You can do that.
I like my Doc Martens.
How high do they go? Past your ankles, right?
Yeah, they're like. This isn't a feet stream. Yeah, they go above my ankles.
They're literally the best strawberries I've ever had. The first day I tried them, I ate all 3 boxes.
Oh, damn!
Jesus.
Damn! All right. Getting that
Must be really good
strawberry fix.
strawberries. Yeah, really good strawberries.
I mean, housekeeping is a little bit different. We are going to still have the intro just because we are still going to put these on YouTube. So we're still going to have like kind of that cut moment. But we're not recording or filming, so it takes a little bit of the workload off of all my fellow hosts and myself.
Can I intervene for like a very ADHD moment?
Sure.
I'm gonna shout out Heroic Adamus in the chat, who is asking Julie about these strawberries. They're both, you guys are both in NorCal, by the way, so definitely these strawberries can be sent over to where Heroic Adamus is at. I just want to shout him out only because I am on my PC and I see my Discord and I see his ass playing Sea of Thieves and still on the stream. So I appreciate coming through for me, bro.
I got Pirate Legend last night, so hey.
Is that
Congratulate
so?
me.
So I feel like I'm the one that is completely out of the loop in Sea of Thieves. Is that like so? What is Pirate Legend?
Essentially, you get level 50 with 3 of the merchants.
Oh yeah,
and then you get like, basically my friends are like, that's when the real game begins, because like there's so I went over to the like Legends store because you get access to a new merchant, and shiz is expensive. Like there's this coat, I'm like, oh yeah, I want that. It's almost 3 million. I'm like, I just crossed my first million, guys. Come on now.
If I can have it my way, I would just make my guy a skeleton man or a demon boy. Like, I don't need clothes. I just want to be just bones on the sea. So.
I just bought the new. There was some new items on it. I look like kind of like a blast barrel. It's pretty cool, and I've got red hair with almost like flames coming off it, and a mask. It's at the end of the night when you just want to do pirate shit, you don't want to play Elden Ring and be fetal in the corner. You want to go out and plunder and get treasure.
Yeah, maybe.
Or you want to get your ass handed to you, and
I'm just like, I'm so stubborn with my build that I'm like, I need to be this entire game using this stupid mage build.
David, the guy that I play with, my cousin, he was playing with pretty much the exact same build that you have. And he was like, everybody's playing with that. I don't want to be that. And so he started making this faith build, and he's like, damn it. Damn it. This is so hard sometimes. What do I think of the new Final Fantasy game? I don't know anything about it. But I'm going to look it up right now because I have the interwebs in front of me. Somebody asked me about that the other night.
Yeah, I actually do have to add something to my news. It's a small thing, but
all the small things.
KP Robbins asked about it in the Discord, so I'm just gonna bring it up, and it is newsworthy, I guess. It's not a satisfying thing, but it is newsworthy.
Oh, it's
Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2.
No, it's Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis. Is that what we're looking at?
Paradise of Strangers.
It's a mobile game.
Oh, hell yeah.
Another possibility for a remake, says the website. Coming 2022.
Welcome to the Kingdom Hearts meta, baby.
I know. What's a flat?
We're talking about they're talking
like
about
a whole
strawberries.
flat of strawberries, like
yes.
That's a lot of strawberries.
And I appreciate T-Dog using the TM Mungus Blast for my character.
Mungus Blast.
His name is Mick Mungus. I'm Mick Mungus. I'm a little man instead.
Too funny.
We ready? Are we ready to get started?
Yeah, I think so. So housekeeping. Everybody that's new to the stream, we are we're filming. We're not recording. I mean,
we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. Basically, this show is in which we talk about the weekly news in the nerdy world, movie world, TV show. I mean, I've done tech news before. That's interesting to us, and also answer questions from you, the people. We always do this pre and post show. That's basically when the alerts are on, all that goodness. And then we go into the show. Somebody's putting out those commands. Hell yeah. That'd be Tom. Hell yeah. No more claps. Yeah, don't need to do claps. I think we're all in sync. We'll talk about that. There's going to be a little special part of the news, baby. Yeah, but I think we're ready. Turn that music all the way down. Who's opening, Tom? I think it should be you, actually, because the last time we did an update, I opened.
Sure, I'll open up.
Yeah, is B-Rad here? I just got to know.
Yeah. The cloud will be for nothing, but we got to know.
Just got to know.
Just got to know.
I wanna know. I don't think so. He's probably
All right.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go to the.
He's okay.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. He's probably busy. I know that he's been posting work photos recently. So yeah. So I'm gonna go to the intro, and then when we come back, I'll point to the camera, and Tom, you can do the thing.
Okay.
Julie, do the thing. All right. Intro.
Tonight on Nerd on the Update, the show where we answer questions.
What is happening? What is happening?
I had to look this way where you were, and I like, back to you. Well, no. Let's start that all over. This is the Nerd on Update, the show where we talk about the nerdy news that we're excited about and answer questions from you, the people. Just changing it up a little bit. Just changing it up.
We can only handle so much change, Tom.
I know, right? I know. That being said, I'll go into my news and I'll try to fast fire them real quick.
Wow.
Okay. So we can get to Josh's news because they're very meaty and there's a lot going on.
Yes.
So the first bit of news is a bit of an update from 2 weeks ago.
A couple weeks ago.
About the Oscars, and if you had not heard about any of the winners because you were probably preoccupied with knowing about the beef between Will Smith and Chris Rock. Well, this is a continuation or like a finalization of it.
Yeah, the Oscars didn't happen. Only this did.
Yeah. So the other, I guess, question in tow was what the Academy was going to do, or the Academy was going to do about Will Smith's actions. Chris Rock had apologized. I think everyone on the show agreed that like no one really wins in this situation. You know, it's a poor taste joke, and also Will Smith's actions should not be supported or condoned and all that stuff. There's a lot of people on the internet that said like, yay, protecting black women and alopecia. There's a lot of people who are like, don't assault people at all. So no one won. No one wins in this situation. That being said, the Academy has ruled that Will Smith will be banned from ever attending the Oscars for 10 years. And that does not stop him from being nominated and does not stop him from winning awards. So it's kind of the same kind of treatment I feel like that Roman Polanski and other people who have been banned from the Oscars have gotten. However, the punishment does not fit the same crimes that they did, I would say.
No.
So it is interesting. It's a very interesting take or course of action. Is it the right one? I don't really know if I have all the answers.
Well, I mean, there's been a lot of fallout. I mean, some of his projects have been canceled. And
yeah,
it's
Netflix
not just this.
Away.
It's let's be real here. He had a lot of projects coming downstream that were going to be like sequels or remakes or blah 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 that just nope, never mind, or recast. So
yeah, I do have personal feelings and opinions on it, and I'll probably share them on our Discord, which you should check out, that Josh will mention later in the show.
Yes, I will.
And join that. But my second piece of news, and this comes from a question from Mr. K Problems. KP Robbins, KP Robbins, from the Discord. Particularly to me, he asked, Tom, what do you think about the news of Kingdom Hearts 4? And for me,
Are you like
the
jumping the
announcement.
gun, going right to the questions?
No, I
And
mean
news.
this is a news thing. Like IGN posted that Square Enix and Disney have announced that there's going to be a Kingdom Hearts 4, and to me, I'm just like, what console is it going to be on, baby? Um, is it going to be on, a Fitbit? Who knows?
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to say. I haven't even finished Kingdom Hearts 3, and I'm just like,
Still
that
waiting
whole
for Kingdom Hearts 3.9675.
that whole franchise has just run away from me.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to think about it other than like, hey, look, I know there's a lot of Kingdom Hearts fans out there. I like the franchise as an idea in terms of the what it's going to do. It's called Kingdom Hearts 4 The Lost Masters arc. So I don't know what that is. There's a lot of Lost Masters in Star Wars, but the gameplay footage or the teaser footage they had was a Sora that's a little bit more grunged up, not so happy-go-lucky character fighting this giant heartless character. And it looks pretty cool, but most of the fighting cinematics happening in Kingdom Hearts are always looking cool. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I'll say it like this, I'd rather be optimistic and wrong than be pessimistic and right. So hopefully it's cool. Josh, what news do you have?
Nothing. No, I'm just kidding. I will start with show related news just because it's pretty big in our world. If you pay attention to our social media or are a member of the Nerd On Nation, powered by Patreon, nerdon.tv/Patreon, you got some big news this week. We are making a big change within our company, within how it is that we do this. And we are taking a break from podcasting. This includes the Capeless Crusaders. They have a couple of episodes that are in the can that will still come out as scheduled, but they will be taking a break as well. If you go to our podcast feeds, there's a short description on why we made this decision. But if you want the it's 30 minutes, a 30-minute long description of why we did this break, that kind of thing. It's just for now. I mean, I will say that we're going to, honestly, it's basically kind of a reassessment and making other things, really. We have some passions that we would like to do within our company, and that includes other content, like maybe some short films, maybe some things that we've been like, oh, we've always wanted to make these videos, but we never have time. So we're taking the big thing off of the plate for now, and we'll see what happens. Yeah.
And I would suggest that if you are watching and you're not on not a patron, and you want to support some of those things, check that out. But also you do get to see that 30-minute video. But still, if you're watching this on Twitch, still support. Throw those bits and those subs. Those still help
Yes.
us make these projects. And we want you guys to be the first ones to see them.
Yeah.
So
And so I mean, this show will continue. It's every Monday on Twitch, twitch.tv/nerdon at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We are here. Come hang out. But another thing, like Tom mentioned briefly earlier, is that we have the Discord. The Discord keeps growing, and it's the perfect place to continue the conversation. If you have questions about this change that we've made, feel free. We're pretty open books about this, so check it out. Join that. There's a channel for everything. But I think that covers that. Also on this show, when we answer questions from the people, we're open to those questions as well. We've answered business stuff on this show as well. So if there's something in the show that you're like, hey, I want to know about this, send them over. But my news, I will switch over. So a couple of years ago, Elliot Page announced, is that called coming out? Is that just their identity?
I think he said, yeah, I'm out as Elliot Page.
Yeah, and it happened in December 2020, a few months after the second season of the Umbrella Academy. Over the past couple of weeks, we've been getting announcements for Umbrella Academy Season 3, and they have taken on and embraced Elliot Page and changed the character within it to Victor Hargreaves. Elliot Page made a post, and it basically just kind of like a meet Victor Hargreaves, and it was like it was just a screenshot. And Netflix has been in full support, and they're really embracing it. They released a couple of posters over the past couple of days that are like, meet these new characters, and Victor is one of them. And Netflix also said, "Welcome to the family, Victor. We're so happy you're here." So, I've been a fan of Elliot Page for a long time, and it's especially in these current times, it's really amazing to see this kind of action, this kind of acceptance, and this kind of, I don't even know if acceptance is the right word. Embracing,
Support.
Yeah, support. It's really cool to see. But that is my news. The next part of the show is in which we answer questions from you, the people, and there are a number of ways that you can send in those questions. So many that I had to make a page on our website, nerdon.tv/questions. All of the ways are there. My favorite way is joining that Discord we were talking about, nerdon.tv/Discord. And there are channels in there that you can submit your questions. But if you join the Nerd On Nation, you do get what we call the Nerd On Nudge. And you can ask anything. Like Jeremy M. asks, what is the name of the anime about your life? What is it about, or what is it like? And who is doing the dubs for all the characters? That's a huge question.
Yeah, it is. It's like 7 prongs. It's how people cheat the system. They ask 5 questions in one question.
Yeah, so the rest of the show will be this.
What is the name of the anime about your life? What is it about, or what is it like? And who is doing the dub for all the characters? I mean, my life isn't a shonen. I'm not fighting people, right? I mean, if I if I wanted to make it more fictional and make it so it's like I am fighting, random side tangent. You remember Hellboy 2?
Yeah.
You remember the viral marketing for it where like Ron Perlman got into his Hellboy, costume prosthetics and all that stuff, and he was inside the actor studio with James Lipton, and then he would do it's like, and you fight demons. He's like, oh yeah, he's like childhood demons. He's like, no, real demons, like, and then it's like, and to vanquish them, you go into your innermost darkest self, and he's like, actually I use a gun, and then he's like, oh my, like I just think about that where it's like it could be both. Okay, so the name of the anime of my life, what would it be called? I would call it maybe I don't. You know what the crazy thing about animes? They have ridiculous names.
So
like
yours could be
Yu
one of those
Hakusho.
like long ones, like
I
a
don't know.
tale
Like
of a man who was a
like
boy who turned into a man.
like Hunter x Hunter, like Dragon Ball Z. What kind of name is that? Like
And it can be as little as Tom.
no. It's gotta be like I don't know, maybe it's something like um uh uh I would call it like almost like hopeless hero. I don't know, right?
Oh,
Where it's like character who's like, I'm gonna be the best, and then like
and that's the
his
voice
one
too, right?
his one fault is
I'm
that
gonna
like
be the best.
he never thinks he's the best, and he always works hard and does all this shit, and like is constantly like, okay, and then maybe like he constantly trains but always like sees another mountain and another mountain, another mountain, and it's a little tragic. Imagine like Goku, right? Never happy with how strong they are, just be like,
Always
I
got
want
to
to
be
get
better than
stronger
you
and
were
stronger.
yesterday.
Versus Vegeta, who's like, I'm cool. Like I'm strong
I have
for
reached my
myself,
final form.
and that's cool. With the anime, what is it about, or was it like? Yeah, maybe a character who like meets other people who want to get strong and fight, and then gets better and learns from different masters and all that stuff. And as that character goes throughout learning different things from different masters, they lose friends, they make new friends. Why are they fighting? To get to new places, and there's always like never really a villain or an antagonist, but there's always a test or a tournament that they have to go through. And does the main character win? I don't know. Who is doing all the dubs for all the characters? Josh and Kaylin.
Yes.
They're doing them. That's you guys got 4, right? 4 characters per show. That's the rule.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there
we
you
can do
go.
that.
4 characters.
You can totally do
So,
that.
and I want Lex Lang to play every villain. Jeff Nimoy to play every mentor character, and then that's it. That's all I need. That's all I need.
I love it. I love it. I for some reason I had the idea as the title is Dialogue is King for some reason, like because it's it's what I always say in audio,
Call
like
it Dialogue King.
Dialogue King. Basically in audio I always say when I'm making a film or a trailer or anything, I say dialogue is always king. It's the most important thing. And I think that it would be, it would be about a guy, me, who is an actor and who's also post-production audio engineer and really is fighting their own demons. I think that would be like each episode is a new demon or something. I don't know. It's like an internal study of demons and stuff and things. Who's doing the dubs? I mean, man, there's so many good actors in our life. Caitlin would definitely be there. I'd be there, of course. I'd be me. Come on now. Jeff would be there. Lex Lang.
Can I play me? But it's only in the I'm Tom and this is me.
It'll be Tom as Tom, but you're like doing a parody of yourself.
Voicing that. Only that Tom. Hey guys, you want to get food?
Hey,
so guys. My favorite thing of the Snyder Cut.
Mama didn't raise no bitch.
That's what my mom said.
Yeah. Next question.
Next
question comes from Abby. If you had to live in the world of a video game for a year, which game would you choose?
You or me first, Josh?
If you pick Elden Ring, I feel so bad for you.
No,
just kidding.
this is the thing. As beautiful as Elden Ring is, and I mean, there's a lot of great options. Like the world and the world built for a year. I'm dead.
Yeah.
Skyrim, die. Cyberpunk, die. Fallout, I die. Red Dead Redemption, they're still racist. I die.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So it's like I can't live in any of those worlds. So it's always Pokemon. It's always going to be Pokemon.
It's always going to be Pokemon.
My right answer is Pokemon. I am a 10-year-old boy
safe there.
who was somehow allowed to leave home and have an animal and be like, this animal has to protect me and I'm going to beat grown men.
I love that is your voice.
that is the Tom anime voice. And then I also end the career of many career-long trainers and Pokemon duelists. I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah, and I really do think that your catchphrase, like your end champion phrase, should be "Mama didn't raise no bitch."
Mama didn't raise no bitch. That's really it. It could be. I got egged on with that during one of my streams, and I was losing at Elden Ring. I'm like, this is so hard. I hate this. And it's like, Tom, remember, Mama didn't raise no bitch. I'm like, she did,
but she did. She did.
I'm losing.
There are so many times in that game where I'm like, this is for Tom.
It's a hard game. How about you, Josh?
Just because it's on my mind, and it's probably Sea of Thieves.
Oh, yeah.
I think it'd be fun. I mean, it's a pretty it's a pretty like PG pirate life. There's some dying. There's some killing.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that's cool in there is that in game, in the world, you can die and then come back to life by going through Davy Jones or the Flying Dutchman's ship.
But you come back.
You come back.
You come back in all these worlds. You come back. It is not permadeath. Next question comes from way down here. T-Dog. What's up, T-Dog? I see you in the chat. What would you want your devil fruit power from One Piece to be, or would you not eat one for fear of losing the ability to swim?
So let me explain.
Yes,
Devil fruit.
explain.
This is from One Piece, an anime about pirates, and it follows Monkey King D. Luffy boy, whatever his name is. And he eats a mysterious fruit, and then because he eats it, his arms could stretch like Mr. Fantastic, except he just utilizes his powers like 10 times better. Like he like launches his arm like a cannon, and it's ridiculous.
Okay.
Or like he takes a cannon and then launches it back at someone else.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, and in the chat, he pirates who can't swim. So you eat the fruit and then you
It
lose
gives you
your
some sort
ability.
of power.
Yeah, but then you lose the ability to swim.
Okay.
Um so I'm going to also look up here the powers
Oh, the
that
powers that you can have.
you can get from it.
All right.
And let's see the strengths and weaknesses. I'm on the whole wiki right now.
Oh,
Um
damn.
there's wikis for everything nowadays.
I know.
Uh, yeah, I know, right? Benefits of consumptions. Okay.
The vastness of Elden Ring wikis is
Oh,
insanity.
dude.
Insanity. Anyway.
Yeah. You're also weak in water. Okay. So powers, abilities. Um, you can control your body weight. You can increase your weight to like 1,000 kilograms. You can freeze water. You can like create more forms of heat. You can create weapons. um you can yeah, so that's the rubber body one. You can block poison. You can you can use energy and force release souls. There's a lot of random powers. This is an anime that's still going on and a manga that's still going on. So
Is it like My
it's
Hero where it can be just like anything? Like your power could be anything?
I think it is can be like anything.
I feel like
But
the
also
nature of this question is kind of like what would your power
yeah,
be? So it could
yeah,
be anything.
yeah,
I mean, I'm
yeah.
a basic bitch. I'm gonna say what I've always said when this kind of question is coming up. I would love to fly. I think it'd be cool to be able to just like go somewhere whenever I want. Like
Yeah, I mean, I
just like
think that
fly
that
there.
beats. Yeah. Um,
Not like wing.
I
Like I don't know if I want like bird wings, but like the typical comic book like fucking I just like levitate and go.
if I were, I mean, at that point, if I can't swim, then I would say, oh, you can be made of elements like snow, fire, electricity, and metal. Uh,
Electricity. Wow.
yeah. Um, I would want to become
So wait, T-Dog, does it have to be within the powers that are available in the universe?
questionable. So if it doesn't, the ability to teleport. If it has to be, then I would want to turn in. Okay, so if it, okay, cool. So I just teleport. I would just teleport. I would just teleport the hell out of there and just get.
Hell yeah. Okay.
Um, yeah, that's probably the best thing. If not, then if I had to turn my body into something, I would turn it into air.
Nice.
So I
You
just
do
float. I just
anything.
turn into a bubble.
I like that. Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, those are the like pre-selected like questions. Tom
Okay.
has all of the past chats,
I
today's
do.
questions, all that kind of stuff. So back to you, Tom.
I'm going to ask some questions that have been waiting in here for a while.
Halloween
Some of them are
related. I'm just kidding.
some of them are quick. Um, so the first one, Ethan who asks, "Are you vengeance?" Which I'm assuming was a very Batman inspired question. But what if I just say, what if I'm justice and I lie, and what is the cause for my blind eye?
I'm Batman.
uh,
I'm Batman.
we could all be vengeance. We could all be vengeance, like
It
in that movie.
it was I had an audition a few months ago or like a while ago that I got to audition for a form of Batman, and it was so
Ooh.
interesting to be in that place where I was like, weird.
You get to say I'm Batman. Um, Next question. Yeah, now I mean, you can answer this question at this point, Josh. 1992, Johnny Horror asks if you were a Dark Souls Bloodborne world, in a Dark Souls Bloodborne world, which is very much like Elden Ring, except one's a little bit more gothic and one's a little bit more medieval
Yeah.
than what you're experiencing. What boss would you rather fight? A giant spider, or a dragon?
A fucking giant. I'm going for those ankles.
Yeah, the Ankies. The
A
Ankies
dragon?
are.
Hey, a dragon, don't bring a friend to.
Yeah.
Ride around on your horse.
Yeah. Yeah.
And spiders, fuck spiders.
Yeah. I think giant is the best one. To me, spiders, I'm like, oh, well, fire, right? But everything fire, like, yeah. And giants, yeah, just them the Ankies.
Those
Just to
Yankees.
get them.
In fact,
Yeah.
I took out a giant last night from like the cliffs above, shooting its ankles.
Oh, I mean, hey, I
With
know,
my
I know you're feeling,
longbow.
I know you're feeling hot right now, Josh. I know you're feeling hot. I'm
Oh
just telling
no!
you,
Like 10 minutes later, I was put in my place by something else.
I was very much crestfallen when I went to go to the Forge of the Giants.
Oh.
And there was a giant that just, you've seen my Mungus Blast. I
Yeah.
melt people's lives away.
Yeah.
This man said that's 20% of my life. I was like, oh no.
Oh no. But that's what I had. I came to the table with what I had.
Yeah.
And you scoffed.
Next question.
Yes.
Next question. I'm going to get this one from MX Raf. If you can cast your enemy away, where would you send them?
Oh man.
Where would you send an enemy away?
Man, this would be like totally fucked up, but just like a place that's like a limbo where it's just like nothing but darkness and they're just floating there. There's no silent, there's no like noise, there's no like, if you've ever been in a sensory deprivation tank, it's fucked up, but you're just like floating there and there's no sound, you can't feel anything. Do you even exist? Like
I want to try. I'm not gonna lie. I would want to try one of those. Just
I went to one a few months ago just for like it's like an exercise in being here now, like being in the moment, and it was really great. But it is one of those like, I can see why people wouldn't like it.
You have to tell me where to go to find it, because I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah, I'll tell you. There's one in Pasadena, and it wasn't very expensive.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it now. And so for me, where would I send? You know what? This is the nerdy thing, and I'm gonna use comic book references. I would cast them. I mean, other than doing bodily harm to somebody, you're like, oh, I don't know, cast them right in front of a speeding bus. But
Jesus.
but if I can, in a fictional world, I would cast them into my mind.
Oh, that's worse.
So two references. Spawn Batman comic, which Josh, you have read.
Yeah.
When they mind meld, they both kind of like see the horrors and tragedy they've been through, and they'd be like, okay, cool, we on the same side. Let's not fight.
We both have trauma. I get it.
Yeah. And then the second version is when Doc Ock absorbs or goes into the body of Peter Parker, he gets all his memories, and then Doc Ock's like, oh, with great power does come great responsibility, and he becomes like a Spider-Man. And he's like, wow, like I have to do with this what I know now, I have to do the good thing. And so if my enemy is that for a moment is transported in my mind, then maybe they'll be like not my enemy anymore. Who knows?
Oh, so you're hoping on empathy?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Isn't
it crazy that like Spawn, like he has stitches on his face and they were caused by Batman?
Mm-hmm.
And like we never talk about it again. It's just like those were caused by Batman.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Next question. Let's get one from Heroic Adamus, who's also at a 28-month subscription with us at Twitch.
What up?
What's your villain origin story?
Oh shit. I was bullied,
Mm.
and I had trauma at home, and I just embraced it in my heart and became a psychopath where I care about nobody, and I just want to watch the world burn.
Very good, very good. Uh,
Everybody went, I don't know if that was what just happened. No, I'm just kidding.
I my villain origin story is I finally get my big shot. I've been at this point, let's say in my life, I am directing or writing or I'm
Oh
working on
no.
TVs or commercial sets as a job, as a pay the bills job. I get my big go at finally like, hey Tom, you're gonna get a chance to direct a DC film. I'm like, for show. And like, sorry, it's not Batman. I was like, that's all good, man. They're like,
I'll get
it's
there.
either they're like, it's Swamp Thing or it's Hawkman or it's Booster Gold. One of these. I'm like, all right, that's all good, man. I get you. That's all cool. And then as I'm in production, I'm working on it. I'm dating some hot, sweet woman who cares about me and will
I
take
think I know
care of
where this
me
is
and is
going.
there for me. And they're hardworking at whatever they're doing in their life, and we're supportive of each other and then
Oh,
and then and then the clouds turn dark and then Disney's like, we're buying Warner Brothers and we're canceling your project. And then
all current
my,
projects are canceled.
and then the woman who I'm dating is like, I'm gonna leave you for like that Disney exec, and she does, and then I just die on the inside. Just so I die a
I feel like the
thousand
the
deaths.
camera would zoom in to like your eye twitching.
I feel like it would zoom in and then go through my eye, and then it would just be a green
You
screen.
would see
Just
the nerves, like like the synapses exploding, and then like it would zoom back out and you would just be like a ball of rage.
I mean, it would go in, and you know how like in the Spawn movie where Al Simmons is going through hell and it's just flames. That's in my brain, and then when it zooms out, you just see the entire place around me is just destroyed. That's my villain origin story.
Yeah, because you learn like your power, and it's like it's huge. It's like a big. It's like explode. Yeah, I'm here for this. Yeah, let's do this.
No, I don't want a villain origin story for myself. Um, how many questions we got? How much time we have left?
Let's do. I mean, let's do two caveat. Keep them shorter, I guess.
Okay. Okay. Um. Uh. Okay. So let's do from my mom's garage. Who's your favorite NPC character in a game?
Mm.
I favorite NPC character from a game for me. NPC character from a game from me. Favorite. Uh. Uh. Non-playable character in a game. Uh. This it's so hard. That's so hard to pick. Um. Josh, do
Mm.
you have one?
Mm.
I'm.
But what count like non-playable? I mean, NPC can be like, can it be other characters that are in a game that you're like, yeah, it's a non-player character
Yeah,
like Sephiroth.
yeah. I guess.
I mean that qualifies, right? I think.
Yeah, I think that does. For me, if I have to pick, I would say I would have to say, huh. I mean, There's so many good ones for different reasons. Like I like this character because he's garbage, but
Oh
I'm like, is he
gosh.
my favorite? No. Um, um, jeez. Um,
Dog meat and Fallout. That'd be another good one.
I would maybe. Ah, maybe I don't know. I don't know. NPCs in a game. Because I'm like, okay, I'm thinking like the merchant from Resident Evil 4. What are you buying? It's like he's a character, and I'm like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
But like, or is it fucking Hop from freaking Sword and Shield Pokemon because he's a garbage trader? And he's like, he literally gets depressed because he's a garbage Pokemon trader. I'm like, wow. I, if I have to pick one specific character, I will have to say that it's um oh, it's the freaking cat chef from Monster Hunter World.
Okay.
There are these
Okay.
palicos and they
Yeah,
make you food and that's it. There you go.
I dig it.
Um one last question.
Yeah, one last question. Let's do it.
One last question. And then we'll do this one from T-Dog. You're going into battle. Do you grab a canoe paddle, 5 throwing hammers, or a bow and 7 arrows? What am I battling?
It's not the
Yep.
question, Tom.
Okay. Okay. Um
Man, my gut goes to like a bow and 7 arrows because like I will either carry a sword and shield. Like I mean, my Elden Ring character is pretty perfect for me. It's shield and sword, and I have my arrows. But what if those arrows break? I'm fucked because I can get
but
the
I
arrows
mean,
back.
are
But
you are are you good? I don't know this about you. I found this out about Julie and I think T-Dog, but or and other people in chat. But they're like archers. They've actually like
oh, so this
trained
is
archers.
real life. Probably a canoe paddle.
Yeah, you
Just
are going
blunt.
into
Just blunt. Just blunt. It's throwing hammers. I guess they depends on what they're made of. Are they metal?
I feel like I'm gonna pick up the hammers because I've seen Old Boy and he makes really good use of hammers. And if I have 2 in hand, that's fine. And I have 3 behind me.
Yeah,
I can throw one, keep the other one, keep another one. I'm probably only gonna
yeah.
throw once
And
at a
you
time
have
when I get
blunt
good
damage
throws.
that you can just, yeah.
Yeah, and then yeah, the hammer. If someone's fighting against me with the canoe, because if I'm picking up the hammers, the other people probably got canoes or something like that, or they got a canoe paddle, and the other person got arrows.
Fighting
The
with
arrows, I just
canoes. Full
yeah,
canoes.
just yeah. So I'll go with the throwing hammers, but I would love
Okay.
to know what I'm fighting.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. That is this week's update. Everybody at home, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate that. Do check us out here on Twitch every Monday, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We are here throughout the week, but the times do vary. We also have lots of videos on YouTube, so check that out. I believe it's youtube.com/nerd on the podcast. I believe that is the link. Or really easy, nerdon.tv/YouTube. That works as well. But yeah, that's it. Check out our website, nerdon.tv. Also, the podcasts are still here. They still exist. The whole thing is here. There's hundreds of episodes. So if you go to our website, nerdon.tv, or any of your favorite podcasting apps, they're there. Rate and review us. Share us with your friends and family. Yeah, we gave a lot of reasons in the long explanation that we posted on Patreon. So do check that out if you want to support us and be a part of like the inside crew. Join that Nerd On Nation. It's nerdon.tv/Patreon. You do get perks. We're actually going to be doing extra content for the Patreon because we are taking a break from the podcast. So there's going to be all of that, and you do get secret channels on the Discord. And do check out that Discord, nerdon.tv/Discord. But that is the update. That is the show. Everybody stick around after because we do have post-show. But that's it. You know the drill. As always, Nerd on.
Nerd on. We will have to figure that out, huh?
Yeah.
It's like, cause typically during this time where we do all the post production stuff for the audio, but since it's not going on the podcast feed, what is the post show? So, I mean, yeah, I guess this is just a part where we do get to chat with the audience. So, what did you guys think? I think maybe news for some people, maybe not
Some people.
maybe not. Yeah, I don't know. What are your thoughts? Thank you for all the questions.
Yeah, some people have. A lot of people have reached out to us and given us nothing but support, which is fantastic. Friends of the show, listeners of the show, people have just said, you do you. I know that people are excited because we did mention the possibility of making some short films, some things that Tom has written, making some other content. So, I mean, so far people have been like for it. I mean, we have speaking of everybody that's watching right now, we have wonderful listeners, watchers, fans. They do feel like friends and family. So it's the supportive nature of it all has been amazing. Because it was scary. It was super scary when we recorded it on Monday, and it took us a few minutes to just press record, just to be like, okay, how are we going to do what are we? Okay, let's do this.
I will say it was, just to get a little deep here, to Josh's point of like, we have great audience and listeners, and it feels good to be supported and all stuff. Like, it does a lot for the mental health. I will say, like, there's a lot of inner critic that happens in our minds of if we're doing the right thing, if we're making the right moves, are we, flying in the face of what we set out to make. And it's been really obviously nice to read the positive feedback that people are, receptive and supportive, and they want to see the things. And again, the way I say it's like we keep promising all these shows and projects and films and other just entertainment, things like mukbangs or reactions or whatever it is that we feel like we want to do, but always felt like, not saying like the podcast was a chore, but like it was like we had to make sure that was priority number one, and it just made it so
there were a lot of things that we put on the back burner because it would mess up the workflow. That was the podcast, including like one thing that came out before pandemic. Oh my gosh. Caitlin's show, the
Prince of Tennis.
No, her anime tea show.
Anime du jour.
Anime du jour, yeah. I mean, there were times where we had to delay because the podcast workflow, that kind of thing. So I mean, it's exciting because we do have a lot of ideas and things that we could do, and it is scary because that's what we started with. That's where Nerd On came from. So
yeah, I mean, so it's a change. It's a change. It's a temporary change. But even then, it doesn't make it any less scary to do so. But it is something that we are sticking to our guns with in terms of like wanting to flourish in what we're doing. Josh acting, Corey editing, making storyboard as big as possible. Doing his projects, and then me doing my projects, and Caitlin, having more roles in the things that we do in terms of like, if I'm going to be writing and directing, I hopefully am going to have Nerd On, hosts and members act in it. That would be a crying shame if I never casted any of them. But no, yeah, it is cool. And I think Raph kind of really echoes my thoughts that like, I, really hope that it allows us to get the kind of break in time that
You did it!
Oh, yeah. Raph is the one that taught me how to do a Rubik's Cube.
Nice. Hey, I appreciate that you have Something is Killing the Children in the back.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's one of my favorite comics. It's so good.
I haven't even started it yet. I have this and a bunch of other comic books like laid out, and right now I'm going to finish this one right now, Darkness. the
Nice.
Origin volume, which collects, I think, the first like 6 issues and the 0 issue. But yeah, I'm doing that. There's a comic book that I kickstarted, supported, that I have to read, but trying to read that. But yeah, it'll be interesting. I am going to read this comment real quick. By the way, my new players for D&D on Friday went well. We seem to mesh well.
Sweet.
Is this like a in person or online thing? Did you meet? I'll say also, I don't know if people know this, and I'm not trying to put blast on T-Dog, but like, sharing the things that he shared on some of my streams, I'm like, T-Dog is a very enterprising, like, to me, outside looking in, person of like, goes out, meets people, moves to a new place, and I'm just like, oh my god. It's one of those, like, most of my friends will say I'm extroverted, and I'm like, I am so introverted that I think people don't realize I'm like an extroverted introvert. That's all it is.
I get it. I feel the same way about myself. I can be very social, but oftentimes I will most likely want to pick the thing that keeps me inside.
I mean, yeah, like, I mean, you see me, Josh. Like, I could be like the life of the party. I could be the center of gravity and all those things when I'm hosting a thing.
Yeah.
But like, my bread and butter is always going to be like, I want to have 5 people in a room, and those are the people I give a shit about the most, and like spend 12 hours with them, or just one person and spend the rest of my life with them. But neither here nor there.
Johnny Horror is Monstrous a good comic book to pick up?
Oof. Johnny Horror, my dude, let me tell you something. We did a podcast episode on it, and that shit goes. That shit goes so well, especially if
It's
like...
so good.
It's like, if I could say, in a comic book, it's like medieval, it's gothic, there are gods and creatures.
The art is amazing.
Beautiful.
I set out to read one collect for the podcast, and I ended up reading. I'm almost caught up. I still need, like, it's still going, but like it got to a place that I read all of the collects, and like I feel weird about like doing like single issues. Like, I'm in a place where I've read of some of the things that I like, that I'm like, I should just wait until I get the like 6-issue collect. Like, come on. Oh man. Anyway, should we find somebody to raid, Tom?
Yeah. Let me take a look. Let me take a look. Who we got?
Oh, one thing, everybody who's watching, with taking a break from podcasting for the time being, we probably will be putting a lot more focus to here on the Twitch side. So, streaming Mo.
Yeah, we'll be streaming more. Check out some maybe shorter form stuff on YouTube. I'm gonna be, I've threatened to like do like top 10 lists and stuff like that. Things I've been wanting to do that like didn't really have time for when we're doing the podcast stuff. So yeah, check out that. And again, all the patrons will probably see that stuff first, especially if it's new stuff that we're making. But you'll see some stuff from Twitch go onto our YouTube stuff, so you can always check that out too. Obviously, if you're not watching the pods, but we are going to be rating Master WGS, and they're going to be playing some Elden Ring. Looks like they are battling. Is that Melania, goddess of the ring? What is that? Anyways, I'm gonna hit start raid right now.
Okay.
That being said, yeah.
Thanks for hanging out, everybody. We will see you, throughout the week. We'll be here. But you know the drill. As always, nerd on.
Nerd on.